Think we're good, you guys. How's everyone?
Good. Good, brother.
Good. Good
Perfect.
after that food and that good training session. That was fun.
Yeah. I've been telling everyone about your 100 rep sets.
Everybody thinks you're crazy, eh?
No, you're crazy, not me. And the way I say it to them is like you're crazy. So
Yeah.
it's not like, I just did 100 rep sets. I'm like, you know what Justin made me do? And I tell him how I tried to get down to 50 on the second set. I'll do 50 this one. You're like, you'll do 100. I'm like, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. But how are you guys? What are you guys up to? What are you guys up to? You're speaking.
Yeah, I went up north again on my first weekend off, back home to a family conference. Spoke to there was some youth there and a bunch of older people and just mixed ages. It was good. We took up some clothing, set up a booth, and shared with my people.
Mm-hmm.
But like I was telling you earlier, it's a little difficult sometimes sharing with people, because you don't want to put a bad image on anybody, like any of your family members or anybody around you.
Mhm.
So like you want to be careful of what you say. I really watch what I say when I'm speaking at home because I don't, this stuff is in the past, obviously,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I just I don't want to say something and somebody's like, oh, your mom or your dad, they're assholes, right? Like I don't want people to think that.
Right.
I want them to know that, you know. So at the end of that too, I just mention that my mother and my father and I know we have great relationships together. We spend time, we talk often, maybe not as often as we should, but there's definitely a better relationship built between us. So
And lots of the things that do happen aren't intentional.
no, that's the thing.
Yeah. So it's like it might have been like maybe traumatizing for you or like created maybe some bad habits, but it's not like that was their intention when they were doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's like, see, that's one of the things that helped me heal was, because I had to reach out to my mother one time, I was going through these relationships that we spoke about last time, just a revolving door going from one person to the next. And I finally met this girl that I liked and things were going good. It ended. So of course, automatically I assume it's my fault, right? Something's wrong with me. I don't know. Like I'm not lovable. People don't like me or like maybe whatever it was, right? All these things going on in my head. So I finally reached out to my mother and said, look, like what happened to me when I was a kid? I need to know. Did somebody sexually abuse me? It was, I said, I remember my stepdad beating the shit out of me all the time. But like, is there something else that happened that And she came out and told me that she used to abuse me too. She used to hit me, and that's what I did was block everything out from when I was a child. Right?
You still don't remember?
No, like little bits and pieces. They come back. I remember him beating me up. I remember him choking my mom, and beating her up all the time in front of me, and then my siblings and stuff. But like I don't remember a lot of it. Like when my addiction started at 11 years old, when I started drinking, or 12 years old, when I first time I got drunk, that's when my memory started working. Because I like from then back, it's just like bits and pieces, eh?
That's interesting because I always am so shocked when I hear people who can remember when they're like 3.
Yeah.
Because like I can't remember anything before kindergarten, probably. And even like kindergarten's pretty blurry.
Yeah.
Like my memories are like solid when I'm like 10, like 10 and up.
Yeah.
But people are like, yeah, when I was 2, this happened to me. I'm like, there's not a single thing I remember about when I was 2,
Yeah.
So
it's just, there's, it helps. It helps a lot to talk to the people around you that,
right.
and that helped with like doing that helped me in a way to forgive her because she was 19 when she had me. She already had my brother. My brother was already 2 years old. I didn't know she was only 19 when she had me. If I hadn't spoke to her, I wouldn't have known. Like think about when we were 19, and you already have 2 kids with an abusive husband. So, like it helped me understand why she couldn't keep me. Helped me understand why she couldn't have me around more often,
Mm.
and then just from the abuse too and stuff. So, I wish I knew that sooner so that I could maybe I could have enjoyed my life better, instead of wishing that my family was there with me, right? Or wishing that I could be with my mother. A lot of little things like that, right? So those are the things that hurt all my relationships with people, not even just with women, with everybody. Because in turn, you don't feel good enough for anybody, right? And even through my sobriety, I still felt like that for a lot of years until the end. The last time I got really suicidal was when it finally cleared up for me. And then everything just started rolling into a good mindset for me after that, Yeah.
What about you, Mac? What have you been up to?
It's been busy, man. I manage a construction company. I got 2 kids. One's in high school now, so it's pretty busy, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So how's that?
It's good, man. He's a really good kid. He's excited and he has good friends. They're going there with him. So yeah, he's
Was he
excited.
nervous?
He was nervous, yeah, when I was dropping him off for the first day.
Going from the top of the food chain to the bottom
Yeah,
of the food chain.
yeah. But he's like, I could tell who's grade 9 too with me because they're all young. He said it's kind of intimidating, but he's happy to be there. And yeah, it's the transition is like my morning routine is like thrown off like so much because we live like 5 minutes from his high school, but it's like a half an hour like drop off. Getting him in there with all the traffic and like everybody else is dropping their kids off and then I have to get out of that traffic too and go to my own work and it's tough, but we're working through that transition. And then baby girl, she's just still doing her own thing, going to daycare, and yeah, man, just family stuff.
You're just on every billboard.
Yeah, every billboard, every banner. Yeah. I'm very grateful. It was really cool at the powwow there. I was walking around with my nieces, and they're like, "Hey, there's Uncle Mac," on the billboard or on the banner, and I was like, "Yeah, that's me," and they were like really excited. So it's really cool to have that representation. That someone, just like me, um, is doing stuff, and like people are recognizing it. People that are close to me, and it feels nice. When people are like, "Hey, you're doing good stuff," and that really it feels good.
It feels really good when the kids come up, eh?
Yeah.
When I was at that family conference,
Mm-hmm.
all the kids were coming up to me. Hey, everybody's saying hi. And one guy, are you the CEO of Warrior Mentality? Yeah. Are you a millionaire? Not quite yet, buddy. Not quite yet. You will be. I'm like, thanks, man. Thanks for the vote of confidence. But
Yeah. Kids are honest.
Yeah,
man.
it's cool. I like it. I get that from people a lot, but I don't know how to handle.
Mhm.
I'm still learning how to accept. You're doing a good job and stuff like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
from
yeah.
people. I try not to get excited when I hear that, or I try to be humble, but maybe too humble where I don't communicate back to
Yeah.
reciprocate it,
Mm-hmm.
So just, thanks, man, but I just I need to learn how to accept those
Yeah.
what are they, positive reinforcements maybe,
Yeah.
or that.
And sometimes it's like with your company and what you're doing, you might have changed someone's life.
Yeah. I get messages
then-
all the
and then
time, but
they-
I don't post. I don't say
They
nothing.
they come to
Yeah.
you, hey, and you're like, oh, thanks, man.
But then that's what I mean, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like I said, a lot of people, I've gotten a lot of messages from people, something that I posted
Yeah.
that they really connected with, or people that are on the verge of they're suicidal and stuff, and I try to help them, talk them out of it, and and it's I help a lot of people that way, and I'd like I said, that's I never thought about it that way, but that's a good way to think about it. I'll think about that next time, because I don't want to be closed. I don't want to feel like I'm closed off, right? So when people come and tell me something or say thank you, or, like, I want to be like, yeah, come here, brother, bring it.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's when you deal with people, it's like, it's hard, even just coaching too, because like your natural instinct is to like whatever goes on in here, that's how you judge everyone. And like, that's what's going on in there.
Yeah.
But it's like, everyone is so different, but you're like judging them by like how you would be, So then, if you're more introverted, and an extrovert comes up to you and you are kind of like closed off, they're going to be like, oh, this guy doesn't like me. Because, they're also doing that.
Yeah.
Because they would only do that to somebody they didn't like. They would, so it's just like when you're dealing with a bunch of people and they're all just individuals, it's hard to like sometimes be aware of that.
Yeah.
And same with like coaching, some people I'm like, all right, come on, quit being a wuss, But then some people, if I said that to them, they would never come back. I would break them. But some people need that.
Yeah.
If I was like, oh, you're doing so good, they'd be like, what the heck? I need to be pushed here.
Well, I think we all need to be pushed, and, we shouldn't be so sensitive to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, really though, like, right? How are you ever going to grow?
Right.
If you're never being pushed, or if you don't push yourself, right? If somebody says something to you, like, come on, quit being a wuss, then all of a sudden you're mad and you leave. Well, you're not going to grow from that.
Yeah.
Right?
I try and pre-warn people too. Like, this is just like, it's probably not going to change. Like,
well, when you're in the moment too,
Yeah,
right? When you're hitting the pads and doing all like training and doing anything, and you're in the moment, you don't think about what you're saying. It just comes out.
Me and my one boxer, Cass, we just talk shit all day. We just like, I could probably count the number of nice things we've said to each other on one hand, and our relationship is just built on insults, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's good though. It's fun. But okay, let's talk about how you guys met, how that happened, how you became an ambassador, how you guys became friends.
Well, I think it was just through social media.
Yeah.
Like, I just saw a lot of the people that I knew were from Prince Albert, and they're sharing warrior mentality stuff all over. And at the time, I guess I was going through my social media and like kind of just deleting people that I don't really like need to have on there anymore. And I was kind of going and having or wanting more like positivity, I guess, on my social media. So I was like looking for, self-help or pages that dealt with, depression or anxiety, those self-help kind of pages and stuff. And warrior mentality was one of them too. So kind of gravitated towards them, being an indigenous company as well. And along with my own friends being like sharing their stuff too. So naturally I just kind of followed too and saw their stuff and followed them. And yeah, I thought it was so cool. Like the representation and just like how I was feeling as like an indigenous man. So I thought it was really cool to see and to just be a part of that.
And you reached out to Justin?
I think
how we started talking was you won one of our giveaways, eh?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's how we started connecting.
Yeah.
And then like once when Niu Wellness kind of shut their things down, that's when I approached him to see if he wanted to be an ambassador for us. Well, I asked first because I didn't know what was going on with it, right? I kind of seen it was shutting down, all the pages were down, and I didn't know if they were like going to come back or not. So I reached out to him and asked him what was going on, and just you said you didn't know what was going on yet. At that time, I think it was still early,
Yeah.
the first month or something. And then I just said, if you want to be an ambassador for us, man, I'd love to have you. We've just been friends ever since. Brothers, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. I like this business has brought me to a lot of great people, you know. Before the business, I only had like 3 or 4 friends, you know, and they're like family, right? And even when I first started this business, I was way less like people-y than I am now. Like, I remember when somebody came to the house to pick up an order, it was a girl, and like I was still new in my relationship, and I was just like, I don't know, like nervous around women at the time when I was still early in my relationship. But it wasn't only that. I just never really talked to people much before, right? Like, I'd go to the gym, put my headphones on and keep my head down. I wouldn't talk to nobody there. And so I remember this one girl specifically that came over to the house for an order. She knocked on the door, or rang the doorbell. I opened the door, handed her stuff, didn't even say nothing, and I shut the door. But that's just like, I was not used to talking to people, right? Like, because I like, when I sobered up, I isolated so much that it just became, that's what it came down to for me. I just didn't want to talk to anybody, because every time I let somebody in, it would just ruin my peace, right? Then I was just focusing on chasing women too at the time. So, and I never bothered to like build friendships or relationships. It just was my cousin Jeremiah, my family up north, and my buddy Kevin here, Red Iron. And that's like, and now it's just like, we have so many people now with us, you know, like we met you, and everybody else. It's wicked. I love it. I love having everybody together.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys are really good acquaintances.
Yeah.
Can't wait till we can become friends, but not quite.
We just send memes to each other all day,
Yeah.
send reels to each other all day.
Yeah. If Mac
Acquaintances, not bros yet.
just acquaintances, yeah. Just
But like, yeah, I don't know. Like, one of the things that I think about a lot too is like when I'm sharing with people and sharing with crowds is that I only focus on the negative.
Yeah.
Like the bad things that happen to me. I don't focus like I've shared how many times in front of groups, and I don't think once that I ever said that when I sobered up, I started training, and training helped me, you know. It just went from sobering up to like all the bad shit that happened to me after, you know, when I sobered up. I never talked about what this training did for me or whatever this did for me, and that I was actually happy for maybe here and there, you know. Like, I don't remember a lot of even my sobriety because I blocked some of that out too, right? Because of the trauma. I was still trauma. Like, I don't know what you would call that, but blocked it out when I was a kid. So anytime something bad happened to me, I would block it out. And now how I remember a lot of stuff is memories popping up on my Facebook. I see stuff and I'm like, holy shit, man. Like, or else like, yeah, people would comment on it and I'd be like, holy shit, who the hell is this? I was friends with this person, you know?
right.
Like, that's how much I blocked out, even in my sobriety. But like, you know, when I share, my whole sobriety and my sharing stuff is all negative.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of good stuff until that point, you know?
Yeah.
And I need to work on like figuring out how to get that out there.
Yeah.
You know, like, instead of just sharing all the bad shit in my life, right?
Right.
Yeah, there's when you talk about like blocking stuff out and not remembering like or focusing on the negative stuff. I used to write in my iPhone in my notes, just like my thoughts and stuff. I wouldn't journal or anything. I would just like write stuff in my iPhone notes. And sometimes I look back on it and some of it's like really heavy stuff, man, that like I don't remember writing.
Yeah.
And it's like at that time I was feeling really crappy or like just like going through it, man. And I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe like I said that or I was feeling that way. And I don't remember feeling that way like right now, but like at that time I was going through it. So
yeah, and that's the same with
get
me. Like, but like, I think that's what I need to start doing too, because I'll be like driving underground from like one job to the next, and I'll think about something and I'll come up with this great idea for a post. I'll be okay, try to remember that, get to the next job, and then I'm fucked. Then I go to my phone and I'm like,
Oh, that's the word.
It's gone.
That is the word.
But like even on my social media, I need to try and shift it around because I just talk about like it's kind of the same on there. So I need to start remembering a lot more of the positive stuff now and start sharing a lot of that with everybody too, I think.
I think even if you, like when you think of something like a negative,
Yeah.
even if like right there on the spot, think of how that became a positive and then post that, you know? Like if you remember a bad memory and then like right after, be like, okay, but how did that become who I am to like,
Yeah.
just trying to spin it and then post that.
Yeah, I guess
Which
it's the
is-
same idea as like one of the people told me, whenever you think something bad about yourself,
Yeah.
have 2 positive
Right.
reinforcements, right?
Yeah. Until it becomes like a
And I
habit.
couldn't even come up with 2. I had to Google. I had to Google like positive things to say, positive affirmations, right?
That's wild.
But like I could think about every negative one about myself.
Right.
And somebody told me that, and I'm thinking, well, what are even 2 good words? So I had this list on Google, and I screenshotted it and saved it in my pics.
That's interesting.
But most people don't even know. Like you ask anybody that. Ask anybody what they think of. Like say 2 good things about themselves. I bet you 95% of people won't be able to come up with anything.
For me, incredibly charming and very handsome.
I'll agree with the first one.
Definitely, that's
That's it. That's
yeah. You definitely you got your charm from your dad. Then.
Yeah, no doubt. Eh?
Oh man,
I should have him on here.
yeah,
Yeah,
your
you
dad's
should.
so funny, man.
Yeah.
He's probably got some wild stories, man,
Oh,
from
yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Did you grow up around him?
No.
No?
I grew up with my mom.
Yeah.
Just seen him a couple times a year. I didn't even really know my dad's side until after high school.
Oh, yeah.
When I moved here, because they're all here. All my uncles and aunties and cousins. So it wasn't until I moved here and then I just reached out to everyone and started hanging out with them, and now we're all real close. So, yeah, I always knew out of all my brothers and sisters, there's 5 of us, uh, three dads,
Yeah.
but like my dad's the only one who like paid child support, stuck around, and like wasn't an actual dad,
Yeah.
The other guys are.
Yeah, that's the same with my mom. She 7 kids, 3 different guys. So me and my brother have 2 different dads, and then the other 5 are all from the same guy. And he was the one that used to do that to us, abuse us and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. It was pretty bad. Just some of the shit I remember, man, like, to do that to kids, right? But it's like, I don't know. It's hard even because I struggled with growing up too, like within relationships with stepkids. I was mean to my stepkids too. Some of them because just because I think of that, right? The trauma from that,
Right.
And growing up with that. I don't know if I think it just passed down, right? But it took me a long time to even realize that, because once I had my daughter in my life and how good I treat her, then try to be with somebody with a kid or whatever. And then you're kind of mean to this kid. And it's like, like what's wrong with me,
Yeah.
treating a kid like this, but I always had that, even in my addiction, I always had that conscience, even though like I didn't always follow it, but I always had this little voice in my head that was always telling me to go the other way. But I don't know if all addicts have that, but
I think it's for one, self-awareness is so hard.
it is hard, yeah,
It's
because
hard.
yeah,
And then some of that stuff is like like you copy what you see, you don't, it's not like, like if I think about it like with parenting, like no matter what I say to Royce, he's gonna do what I do, not what I say.
Yeah.
Like, so then when you see that growing up, that's what you're gonna do most of the time. There are some people who do the complete opposite, you know, they go the other way. But it's like
It's not a very high percentage.
it's not a very high
No.
percentage.
I remember like growing up in Alberta with on the reserve there with the natives. I remember like only seeing like one or two kids that were like, well, why don't you drink? Well, my family's and all are alcoholics and I don't want to drink. You know, like I only met like one or two kids that were that way, you know, and the rest were like, well, my family drinks, so I'm drinking, right?
That was me.
Yeah, same.
No, I feel like I was the opposite though, because in high school I felt like I kind of lost a lot of friends because I didn't drink.
Oh yeah,
Because I was very fortunate enough to recognize, you know, the patterns and stuff like that, so I was able to like disrupt it by being sober.
Yeah.
Where people were like, you know, I had friends that were like, man, like, are you know, don't invite Mac because he's too cool to drink, you know, and it was sucky, but you know, that was my own personal stuff that I wanted to stick with. You know, I wanted to be sober, and I knew that like a lot of my, you know, aunties, uncles were addicts and drinking and, you know, dying at early ages. So I was like, I don't want that. And then I lost a lot of friends because of it.
oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's all good, man. Some people are still doing the same thing, you know,
Okay.
their friends, and
We're
I
just
lost,
talking about
you
that.
know, I
too,
lost even a lot of people I grew up with in Isle Cross. A lot of guys my age are dying because from overdoses and from like cirrhosis and stuff like that. Right there, lots of them are getting their stomachs are getting messed up and from the drugs and alcohol, and like a lot of them overdosed here. It's just there's quite a bit of people that I know that died now, and that probably would have been me too if I didn't change my life.
Yeah.
But like at that age, I didn't know. You know, everybody says you have a choice, and it's true. You know, like you have a choice to do whatever you want in your life, right? But at the same time, when I was a kid growing up, I never seen anything else. All I seen was people drinking around me, doing drugs, and that's the only life I knew. So what are your choices then, right?
Yeah.
Like I didn't know nothing else about life or anything, and nobody was there to teach me. Nobody taught me about my mental health. Nobody taught me about anything, even in school. I don't remember anybody ever talking about stuff like that growing up, which is sad. And it's cool to see that, you know, that they do this more often now, especially like back home in Isle Cross. They're having more conferences and stuff and inviting people from all over to speak and, you know, to share. They have like addictions weeks now, like where they just share about addiction and stuff. So it's cool to see that more and more people are getting into this mental health thing because it's pretty crazy to see like people struggling, you know, youth. Even my daughter struggled. She was real suicidal. I think like, when was this? I want to say, I think she was in grade 9. So it would have been like 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. She ended up in, I don't know if she's going to be okay with me talking about this, but she ended up in the psych ward in PA. So she took some, I don't know what she did, but, and I was at work when this happened. So kind of couldn't do anything. Right. But I went in the next morning after I found out and said, look, this is a situation. I need to get home. I said, either you guys get me a plane home or I'm quitting and you guys have to send me home anyway. I said, no, don't worry. We'll get you a plane. They had a plane in there in an hour for me, flew me home, and I got home to my daughter. And I think just me showing up there, like, helped her. I felt that, like, that sense of relief, like that I would, you know, like when I showed up there, she's like, okay, good. He's there for me. Cause then it, 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 it didn't get better right away, but like after like a month or, you know, a couple months of like sitting with her and talking to her, listening to her and stuff, you know, I'd like tried to get really close to her and like try to understand what's going on. And it helped her, you know, she's doing really good now. She talks to somebody once a week. She hates it, but she still goes. And I told her, you know, like, I'm proud of you. You're doing stuff that I couldn't do when I was a kid, that I wanted to do, that I wished I could have did. You know, even though you hate it, you don't like going to talk to this person. I said, I know exactly why you don't like going, because I felt that too. They treat you like, like you're nothing, right? The questions they ask you, the way they ask the questions to me, the therapists and stuff, made me feel, I don't know, just I didn't really care how they asked. So it was,
Interesting.
yeah. And that's why, like, I hated therapists too. And I don't know, just maybe the headspace I was in at the time. But then again, too, I was good at manipulating people, and I just told them what they wanted to hear too, right? And I had to go for my job because I was going to lose my job. I had to go see a therapist because I had told them that I was an alcoholic and a drug addict. That was the only way to keep my job at that time.
Mhm.
So then I manipulated them because I was going to go to rehab. I was committed. When I sat down with my boss, I said, "Look, man, I got a drug problem and an alcohol problem." He said, "Okay, we'll get you some help." I said, "Okay, no problem." So I went and talked to this therapist, sat down in the first session with her, and she started asking me these questions. And I can't remember how they asked the questions, but I just remember sitting there, like, thinking, like you, man, like, why you look like making me feel like this, right? Like, so then I just started feeding her shit, that new shit she wanted to hear. And she's like, "Oh, now you don't have a problem. You don't need treatment." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, let's go, man." Like,
Wild.
I was very good at manipulating people my whole life, man. Even to go out, we go to the bars, and if I wanted to go to a bar and they didn't want to go, guess where we would do? We would end up at the bar I wanted to go to, because everybody would just be. One thing I would do is, okay, I'm not going. If you guys are going to that bar, I'm not going. Okay, fuck, let's go. Let's go to this bar then. Like,
That's
I was very good at it, man.
Yeah.
Very, very good at it.
that's wild. That's crazy to be aware of that too.
Yeah.
That's like I'm trying to think of like myself. Who do I manipulate? Because like even when you think about like emotions and stuff like that, like all emotions are a form of manipulation.
Mhm.
Because I could be like, "Hey Mac, hey, you gotta get out of here," or I could be like, "Get the fuck out of here," and I'm manipulating you, like I'm trying to like, or like when you cry, like now you're trying to manipulate them to like feel sorry for you, or like feel some kind of way
Yeah.
in an argument,
100%.
and it's just like it's so.
But the manipulation is for me, it was being in control, right? Being in control of my environment. So I knew what was going on around me. I tried to control my life so that people didn't hurt me, so that people didn't walk over me, so people that wouldn't talk shit about me, right? Stuff like that. So that's why I manipulated people. I was good at it because I did it my whole life, and I loved it.
You ever read?
It was like
the
almost a
48 Laws
high.
of Power.
No, what is it?
48 Laws of Power.
No.
That's pretty much what that book is about.
Manipulation.
Yeah,
I'll check it out.
manipulation. It's a wild, like it's kind of like even how it's written, it's kind of dark. It's kind of like because it talks about like people like like your victim, like this is how you should do this to like control this situation.
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy. And the
Yeah.
person who wrote it, he was in like corporate business world, and he wrote it because he like realized he was being manipulated by everyone to like do. So then he like wrote this book, but he wrote it from the perspective of like somebody doing it.
Oh yeah.
So it's like kind of written in like a dark way, and it like just shows you how to like manipulate people, how to like get what you want. And I'm just like, man, this book is nuts. Like made me feel like kind of weird when I was reading it sometimes. Like, what the heck am I reading?
You're like, damn, am I like that?
Yeah. Well, then it makes you think of situations you've been when other people manipulated you.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, you suck.
Played on the phone, eh? Remember this day?
Yeah, it's a cool book because I even at like a workplace or like with your friends, with family, it's like you can kind of think back to like when somebody has like manipulated you.
I think family and like close friends are the worst ones for it. They got no boundaries, eh?
Yeah, and they know you the best.
Yeah.
They know what
Like
you're about.
one of my cousins, I'll say his name, and I hope he hears this. He's not like this anymore because it's funny though, right? Because when he wanted to borrow money, this is what he would say: "Hey, cuz, you got can I borrow $100? But you don't have to let me if you don't want to. It's your money. But if you have it, you think I could borrow it, but you don't have to let me." And that's you see that? You see that? It was almost like a guilt trip, right?
Yeah.
I'll have the money, but like, you know,
No.
I'm not gonna let you. But that's how he used to do it, right? So
Yeah. It's wild.
it was manipulation.
Yeah.
It was as a tactic to make you feel bad about not letting him money, right?
Do you feel like people have to almost like manipulate themselves to get stuff done? Or like not manipulate, but like convince themselves or almost manipulate themselves to like to get therapy or go to work or clean up their house or something like that?
Like an example for myself, like for like I call it, this is what I call it. Like for some things I need to be accountable to people. So like when I work out or if I run, I need to work out with people. I'm not working out by myself. So like that's how I kind of manipulate myself to work out is I'll message people, hey, you want to do a workout? If they say yes, I'll go. If they say no, I'm not going. I'm not running by myself. Or I'll like sign up for an event.
Yeah.
Because now I have to train for it. Or like boxing. If I don't have a fight coming up, I'm not boxing. I will only train if I have a reason to train.
Yeah.
So like I need people or I need a reason. I need something. I would never just go to the gym and work out or go on a 10K run by myself.
Yeah.
Heck no.
See, I used to do that all by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Like always, like even when I first started training here, I met this guy in the gym, and he was like an old former bodybuilder. So he was the one who kind of helped me train for the first year or two. And with him, we used to go train, and then I would go run. I ran every day, even through the winter, for like 2 years, 3 years. I used to do from Broadway Bridge, go to the train bridge, and then back. And then when I wanted, I think I was at my lowest, I was 205 pounds, and I wanted to start putting on muscle, right? So I started doing, I never really did any research. I kind of looked into it a little bit, but my biggest mistake was listening to people in the gym, because one of the things that people told me was I had to stop doing cardio to gain weight. And that's one of the biggest crock shits out there. It was the worst mistake I ever did, because now once I stopped running, I could never get back into it. And I used to do like on the treadmill, I would go run every 2 minutes, and I would increase the incline till I hit the max, and then go back down. Like I used to do stuff like that all the time, eh? And I regret not doing it anymore because I'm slow now.
yeah.
And I can't do it. Like I try to run, and I'm just like, no, fuck this. But the weights all day
I'll run
long.
with you.
All day long I can do the weights.
Yeah. But then when it comes to like you said, like even therapy, like sometimes you have to like brainwash yourself. You know, because like it's like if you have like a negative thought about reading, about therapy, you know, like your body's. I always say like whatever you think, your body's gonna act accordingly. You know, so if you think reading sucks, every time you pick up a book, you're gonna feel like it sucks.
Yeah.
You have to like change that. You know, like if you believe in ghosts, if you go into a house that looks scary, you're gonna be like, "What the heck's that?"
Yeah.
If you don't believe in ghosts, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be just like you're in any house. You know, like your body acts accordingly to whatever you believe. So sometimes you gotta like,
But
even
also,
if it's not true, sometimes you have to like, whatever. Like, when you hear people talk about like their truth, like in some instances that's real. Because like, who cares if it's true or not? If it's making your life better,
Yeah.
you know, like like I feel like more than one people. If you're arguing with somebody, like you guys can both be right, and it could be opposite things.
Mhm.
So it's just like who's happier, you know? Like if they're wrong but they're way happier than you, maybe you should believe that whatever they're believing, you
Yeah.
know?
I think another thing too for people to like try and get help and therapy and stuff like is now you're admitting a weakness, right? And that's another thing that a lot of people struggle with. So when when I decided to go to treatment after I started seeing this therapist, it never really set in. You know, I just said the words to my boss because I was missing every payday, Friday, every Monday, because I would get paid and go party for these 4 days, right? So it never really set into me. And then after I relapsed again, after I started talking to this therapist, and it was causing trouble between my wife and I at the time, my ex-wife, and so when I went after I relapsed, I went back to this therapist and I just opened up to her and I told her, look, this is the issue, this is what's going on, and she said, okay, you definitely need treatment. Let's get you booked into treatment. But even that didn't clue in. Then I went to treatment for 28 days, came out. As soon as I started attending AA and NA, well, now I felt this weakness.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like, why do I have to go to these meetings to get help, right? And then, but not only that, I felt ashamed because I was weak, because I had to do these meetings, right? I never felt ashamed to be a drug addict and an alcoholic on the streets and shit. That never even crossed my mind. But now I don't know. Like, see, that's where our minds mess with us, right?
Mm.
I was ashamed because I was a drug addict and an alcoholic trying to get help when it should have been like one of the best things in my life, right? I should have been happy about that, not feeling like this. I was shy to go to meetings. I went to this meeting the first time and seeing all these people were happy there, and I'm like, these guys are, there's something wrong with them, right? I judged them right away, and I said, fuck this. I left, and I never went back, and then I relapsed again. And then I just like, okay, I gotta go. When I came out of treatment, I had this plan to do 90 meetings in 90 days, and I didn't do that. So after my relapse, I went back and I started doing that. I did the 90 meetings in 90 days, and they helped me. It helped me. When I went back, I just kept my mouth shut too. I didn't talk. I just listened to everybody, and that helped me a lot too. Hearing everybody's stories. The one great thing about going to those things is whenever you think like you're having a bad day, or like whenever you feel like something you did in your past was really bad, the good thing about going around and talking with other people in rooms like that is somebody always has like something that they did that was worse than you, or their day was even worse than you. You know what I mean? Like it's not like you're using it to compare, but like you look at, like, just helps you look at your life.
Yeah.
Like it's not as bad, right? Like it's like, oh, like maybe I don't have it that bad. Maybe like, because all these other people are going through this, right? And that's what helped me going to these meetings. Mm-hmm. Same with reading those NA and AA books. It was all the stories inside them about, addicts speaking about their life and when they first got sober. That's what helped me. Listening to podcasts on podcasts, but like they record speaker meetings, people sharing their stories and stuff in these meetings, and those helped me. So it's admitting. That's what a lot of people are afraid of, especially in this world now today. You can't show weakness, man. Like it's hard to show weakness. Some people will eat you up, other people will help you. People will use that against you too, right? That's why I think one of the best things a person can do is just air out their laundry. Get rid of all your secrets, so nobody can say or use anything against you anymore.
That's what Facebook statuses are for, right?
Yes, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
I read your status last night.
There's also like an odd mentality around doing things like that, like therapy, only when things are bad.
Yeah.
And, like, but it should be just like, if we can get it in the mindset of like, you should just do it, like, it's not like reading. I just read when I'm in a bad mood. Even when I'm in a good mood, I'll read, or listen to a podcast, so it's like, I don't just work out when like overweight. You know, even when you're in shape, you work. You know, like
Yeah.
you do everything else when you're good or bad, when you're high or low.
Yeah.
So why would you not do therapy even when you're perfectly fine? Just to like help understand if things come up.
Yeah, it's
That's
because
coming from a person who's never done it.
yeah, it's.
And I always wonder if I should.
I mean, that's something personally for you. Like,
Yeah.
if you're happy, if you're not like, my thing is if I'm happy and I'm not hurting people around me, because when I start feeling sad or when I start getting depressed or angry, people around me feel it, right?
Mm.
I take it out on people around me. So as long as I'm happy and everybody's happy around me, I'm okay for myself. I don't like, I do the things that I do to help myself. Like I listen to the books. I say my prayers in the morning and at bedtime, and listen to the music, meditation music sometimes. Try to meditate, but it's just like can't sit in silence.
Yeah, meditating's hard for me too.
Yeah, it is. I think it's hard for everybody. It's hard for you too.
Oh yeah, I can't meditate, man. I can't sit
I
there.
always feel like, am I doing this because people say I should?
That's how I feel too.
I'm like, why am I doing this?
Well, I feel like
mine is like
when
meditate, and then it's like, then your brain starts thinking about something. It's like, hey, shut up.
yeah, because people who meditate and tell me, oh, you should try meditation, like well, it works for them, obviously, but like, and I try it, I'm like, I don't know, I can't.
So then you're also kind of like, well, you're kind of messed up. Is it working?
We're all so judgmental, eh? It's crazy. Even even today, I'm still judgmental, even though like with the business and everything. And I just like, but it's I'm more aware now too. Like when I'm doing it, I'm like, fuck, I gotta stop doing this, man. Like I'm gonna come out and say something to somebody, but like it's not even that though. Like if you're like, I say shit to people at work all the time, but like for me, it's true, right?
Yeah.
Like people are lazy at work. I tell them they're lazy, even if it hurts their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't do a good job. You're lazy, whatever, right? But sometimes it gets carried away and I flip out and get mad. But that's when I start feeling bad.
I always say like, because like everyone's judgment, like, but like it's not gonna affect my relationship with you. It's like just because this situation happened doesn't mean I hate you now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, because I'm very outspoken too, and I'm very blunt and just like straightforward, especially with my boxers and people and my friends and stuff. But it's just like yeah, I said that was dumb, or like that was your fault. So like, but like that doesn't make me think less of you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like, which is kind of hard to separate that, I think, too, because I think a lot of people it does affect, like they judge and then they're like they think of you some kind of way. But I think that's where like I have enough awareness to be like nobody's perfect. Everyone's messing up every day. So it's like I don't care. You did this to whatever, you did that to somebody. It's like how many of my friends have done, robbed somebody or something, stole something from like just because you stole something doesn't mean I'm gonna like never talk to you again. How many of my friends have stole stuff,
Yeah.
So it's just like,
but
just because I call you a dummy for doing that doesn't mean I think you're a dummy. I think that the thing you did was dumb.
Yeah.
And you made a dumb choice doesn't mean you're a dummy to me now forever.
Yeah.
It's not like I think now this person's stupid for everything.
Yeah, and then like people ask if that sometimes when I first started it, this person does this. Do you really want them representing your brand? It's like, well, I can't control who buys the brand. I can't control like who my friends are.
Yeah.
I can't control what people do after they have it, right? But at the same time, like I'm not judgmental towards these people just because they're wearing my hoodie when they go do something. Like what does that have to do with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I still have friends that are in gangs.
Yeah.
I still have friends that are connected to, like I'm not going to just shut my life down because this business, I was friends with these guys before this and, they're lifelong friends. Just because they have a bad life doesn't mean, that's that life that they chose. It's not a bad life to them, but, like I'm not here to judge people that way. Like if they treat me good, people treat me good, I'm going to treat them good, right? With respect.
That's exactly how it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. How whatever your relationship is with that person is not my relationship with that person.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, no matter how bad it was. And maybe like when I think of people who are healing, which is everyone, it's like maybe they needed to meet me for some reason to become the person they're meant to be.
100%.
You know, and it's like, who am I to freaking judge this person? And I'm not perfect, even close. Like in my life,
No.
the amount of people I've wronged, that's a big list, you know? So I'm just like, and then when someone says that to me, like with so much, even with the podcast, people are like, oh, you sure you want to have that person on? They did this. I'm just like, what the heck? Like, I know you. I know what you've done. And you're judging this person? Like, what the heck are you talking about?
Yeah.
You better be perfect.
Yeah.
You better be a freaking saint.
Yeah.
If you're gonna judge somebody else.
And that's the great thing about like with meeting everybody, right? You get to see how everybody is, and you can pick up things from these people that you meet, that you hang out with.
Mhm.
Before we move on too much, I was gonna ask you: have you? And I guess you don't have to answer. It's a little bit personal, but like, had any experience with therapy?
Uh,
You have to answer.
Just gets up and
no, as far as therapy went, I've always thought about it.
Yeah.
I have never actually gone to therapy, like one-on-one therapy. Like I've gone to men's groups, like with you. I feel like men's group too is like a form of therapy
definitely.
because you're listening and you're learning, you're taking tools, they're giving you tools, and you're hearing stories and you're relating. I feel like that's a part of therapy and learning. And for me, that's like, I feel like that's enough for me right now in this moment. But you know, if anything, like yeah, I'm open to therapy. I would do it. But right now in this moment, I feel like I am, you know, learning and getting these tools from that and from even social media and like people that I surround myself with, like you guys, or you know, other people that I look up to. And with social media too, it's like you learn so much from it. Like you could use it as a tool, or you could just use it to fucking just doom stroll, you know, all day. You know what I mean? Like you could waste your time on it all day, or you could use it as a tool. So as far as someone who is like afraid of therapy, like if anyone is like intimidated by it, I feel like you can almost do the research on your own to an extent, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, somebody who's a professional is trained in that could help you. But it's like Justin said, it's like they would only speak to you in a certain way, or you know, they're it's almost like like a script, almost like what they're taught to ask and stuff like
I feel
that.
like you have to shop around.
You have
Yeah.
to, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta find somebody who's
There
just
was
like,
one counselor that I found here, one therapist that was a former addict, and I related.
Mm.
I got connected with him more than
Yeah.
just somebody that didn't have any addictions experience.
yeah,
'Cause I felt like they understood, right?
Yeah.
Not just like asking you things that
they've never been through.
no, yeah, it's like, well, what made you feel that way? Well, I just fucking told you. Like, I'm telling you right now, why are you asking? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's the kind of things that's how I would feel
Mhm.
when they asked me those questions, because I'm talking and then they ask you a question like that. What made you feel that way? Well, sorry, I just explained that for the last 35 minutes. What are we doing here? Going backwards again or what? Like, and it drove me nuts, man. And the fact that I could just, it was so easy for me to just like say, because I knew what they wanted to hear. Because even like the one girl, oh, this is another time I was dating this girl when I first sobered up, and we were together for like 18 months and maybe almost 2 years. But I was just like, because I was at the peak of my training, so like I started getting more attention from women, and then like didn't get this attention before, right? So it was just like veering away from my relationship, but she wanted to work on this, and it was my fault. I was the one doing these things, and I was treating her like shit. So she wanted to work on it. She asked me if I would go to therapy. I said, yeah, of course I will. So I went, and I went in and told this woman exactly what I knew that she wanted to hear. I manipulated her. She told me, you're okay. And I went and told her that therapist said I'm good. I don't need therapy. I lied to them both because that's just the way I was, right? There was no problem with me back then. I wasn't the issue. She was the problem. You know, that's the way I looked at things. Is I blamed everybody for shit that I was doing. It's crazy, eh? You think about it, man. Like, to live your life like that. And somebody said something to me one time that this was that it made me think. They said, maybe if everybody's the problem, maybe everybody's not the problem. Maybe you're the problem.
Mhm.
Said,
You just stuck
bro.
with you. So I blocked them on everything.
Yeah. Block, delete.
Yeah, that's like that's good.
Yeah, man. Because I was complaining, like he would be the guy I would go to complain to all the time, right?
Yeah.
I was like, he seems to have a lot of problem with these women.
Mm-hmm. There's one in all these situations. There's one person who's part of everyone.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
everybody's not the problem. But even that, like, too, that's why it's important to have people like us around that that are
That will
straight up,
tell
right?
you.
Yeah.
That's the thing that with what you're saying that could be risky, because if you have a lot of like yes men around you, people who just like tell you what you want to hear, then you think you're doing what you're supposed to, you're watching, listening to podcasts, reading, but then everyone around you is just telling you what you want to hear. Then that's gonna make your awareness more fuzzy.
Yeah, I feel like in today's age, men need to call each other out and call each other out on their bullshit and, take accountability. And it goes as far as like go to therapy or, hey, bro, maybe you shouldn't be talking to women that way because, people look up to you in life or in the power world or, you know what I mean? This or that. Like, so I feel like there's just too many people getting away with too much shit. Like, with men, like, there's like healers, there's like power MCs, and you hear of them getting exposed, but they hang out with all these people that, why aren't they being like, hey bro, you shouldn't be acting this way, or maybe you should go to therapy, or maybe you should do this or that. Like, we need to hold each other accountable. And that might look like, just telling them or like kind of distancing yourself from them. But yeah, because like obviously people are getting exposed online like all the time, and it's like, why would you want to be associated with that person? When all the shit goes down, because you see it all the time.
I feel like though, like in small communities and like small reserves and stuff, that people just become accepted of how somebody is, right? Because they're just so used to that person being that way, and they don't really see it as an issue.
Right.
Like if you look back home, even just say like somebody who's an alcoholic, they see that person every day. They're just okay. Well, it's just this guy, right? He's a drunk. Everybody helps him, gives him beer, smokes, whatever, right? They see that lots in small towns or the reserves. But like, I think that's what it is, right? You're around somebody for so long, just maybe you don't realize it. I don't know what it is, but we just become acceptable of how these people are as people, right?
Yeah.
And you see it in small towns big time. I see it everywhere I go in
Just
small
normal.
towns. Yeah.
how it is.
Yeah. And so then people just like,
So what happens when you're
it's okay. That's how he is, you know.
Yeah.
when you're in like this little bubble.
Yeah.
When you're in this little bubble, it's like it's not real.
Yeah.
It's not real. It's like your perspective is so narrow, so like not true. And like you step out of that and you start to like see how things actually are.
But then again, it's probably because we're all struggling, right? So I love like when you're struggling, when I'm struggling, I don't know. I have a hard time calling people out for their shit. I don't know if you're like that, but
Yeah.
Like it's harder, because you think like, well, I'm going through this right now. Who am I to tell this person that, right?
Yeah.
Type thing. Or else you can go the other way like I did and was telling everybody how to live their lives because I was this Mr. Sober man and I knew how to fix everybody, right? You ever
I see that
you see that lots?
on
People
Facebook.
go through phases, man.
Because people post.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm
And they
reading
judge
this
people.
post.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know you. I know you. like why you I don't know where that comes from, where it's like you're not that. You're not what you just posted.
No.
Yeah.
But you're saying it in such a judgmental way. Because like there's even just a different way you could say it. You could have made the same post and been like, like this is what we need to do, and like let's get instead of like be like me.
Yeah.
When it's not you. I know you. And I'm just like reading, I'm just like, this guy.
I see that like
judging everyone.
When people get sober and if they're sharing their stories and stuff, like I seen one guy from Edmonton. I can't remember his name. He was on TikTok. I used to follow him and I'd watch his stuff all the time. And he was like talk about his sobriety, and all of a sudden his attention went to other people. Well, this he was talking about one time about an addictions counselor that drank or did or something like that. And I'm just like, well, maybe that addictions counselor doesn't have a problem with the alcohol. Just because they're an addictions counselor doesn't mean they can't drink.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But we just like at a certain point in our recovery, I think it's just a little phase that everybody goes through. We become judgmental of other people. And I don't know, for me, is because I was struggling and I was getting pleasure out of helping people. Right. But my help was, you have to do it my way. There's no other way. You got to do it the way I tell you to do it. That's just then.
So what made you get past that thinking?
I don't know, to be honest. I never really thought about it.
Yeah. Because I think a lot of people need to come to that realization.
Yeah, I think, you know what, actually, I stopped going to the meetings to the NA and I just kind of isolated myself from everybody because I came to a point there because after when my last daughter was born in 2014, and then that's when I was still active in those rooms, and that's when I was still actively telling people how to live their lives. And after she was born and she started coming around to the meetings and I just left them because everything that happened in our relationship was coming out in those rooms, right? And I was ashamed of the person that I was with her because I didn't want these people in these rooms to know who I was, right? Because I was the controlling, manipulative boyfriend, the verbally abusive boyfriend, right? Like that person. And I didn't want anybody. I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. That's why I stopped going to the meetings, and then I just isolated after that. Now that I think about it.
Yeah. I always just think of like, you just gotta love people where they're at.
Yeah.
And it might not be lined up with your values or where you want to be, but you don't have to be mean. You don't have to like be hateful. You don't have to be like looked down.
Yeah. Oh,
it's just like love them where they're at. And if that's like at an arm's length, that's fine too. But like, doesn't mean you have to go stay away from that person. That person's
love them and be there for them if they need you.
Yeah, we're just not aligned right now. We're just like, I'm trying to do this, and it's fine.
Except for if they're trying to borrow $20.
You know what's funny about borrowing money too? Because I freaking, what was I don't know. I was talking about lending money, and it's like people are so touchy about that. Lending money, And it's just like, just don't lend money.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's your fault.
It
If
is.
they didn't pay you back,
It is, yeah.
who cares? Don't lend it then.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you shouldn't be lending money you need back anyways. Now, if you don't have the money to lend, don't lend it. And then all of a sudden you're making a post.
Calling them out.
Yeah, I'm just like, what are you doing? I'm like, you know, like my uncle, he said that when I was so young, and it stuck with me. He said, just give money, and if it comes back to you, that's a bonus.
Yeah.
But whatever you lend, it's a gift.
Yeah.
If it comes back, bonus. So it's like, so just make sure you give it. If you're not in a position to give it away, do not lend it. And that's how I think of it now. You know,
I've had people I don't even know since I started this business ask me for money. I'm just like, I don't know who you are, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just like, I'm here to help, but I'm not giving you my money. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to talk, I'll talk to you.
Let's get you in a position.
Yeah.
To
Somebody
that you can make
messaged
money.
me one time and was like, man, I'm going through a hard time. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Oh, it's just money. I was like, okay. So if you need money, like what do you do for, because I didn't know who this person was, right? So like, what do you do? Like what's your job? What do you do for a living? Like, well, I play music, I travel around and stuff. I said, okay, well, why don't you offer guitar lessons? You know, charge $20-$30 an hour. Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, well, and they're going on. I said, well, what do you do in the band? Sing. Play guitar, okay. Why don't you offer singing lessons if you're a good singer? No. It's like, well, clearly you're not hurting for money that bad, right? If you don't want to do anything extra and above to get, you know, like you can do anything, man. Go wash your neighbor's car for $20. You know, something. There's ways out there, but people just, I don't know, they would rather borrow it, I guess, and never give it back.
Yeah.
Never give it back.
I mean, there's certain people I'll still give money to, but like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like if one of my, like you guys needed money, of course I'd give you guys it, but you know, but there's this like certain people, you know,
yeah,
like somebody close to me, I would help in a heartbeat, right? It's just wild to think that, you know, because what I'm trying to send a message to people about helping and stuff like that, like people think that I'm going to let them money that I don't even know. You know, where do you get off? Should say it like that, but
yeah. Well, I mean,
but really though, right?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Think
But
about that too. Like,
I don't want to let you money though. Like if you got something for sale, I'll buy it from you.
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sell me one of your guns for $50.
Yeah.
Sell me your quad for 400 or something.
You know, with the guitar lessons, like it's such a. Everybody has something that somebody else wants.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's good at something, and somebody will pay for it.
Yeah, that's just it, right?
Yeah.
There's like it's anything you do, you can make money. There's so many ways you can make money. Do something for yourself. If you know, figure something out. Start a business with your music.
Yeah.
On the side of your gigs and stuff, you know.
And when we first started business, like that's what I started thinking. Like, how can I turn the things I'm already doing day to day into money?
Yeah.
So that I'm just like doing what I'm already doing, but making money from it. And that's when I started thinking about, you know, coaching boxing, because I was at the gym every day anyways, fitness, working out, running, you know, and then kind of just like grew from there.
Just doing what you love to do, right? Every day.
Like, I'm already doing this. How do I do this and then like make money from it? You know, and I just started thinking about the things that I just do every day anyways. I think a lot of people could do that.
A lot of people could, yeah. But there's just that fear, right? A lot of fear based around trying something, doing something new. A lot of fear about going to ask somebody to let me wash your car for $20. I need money, right?
Yeah.
Like, Fuck, okay, go ahead, wash it, man. I'll give you 30, man.
Heck yeah.
Cut my grass, fuck, I'll give you another 30.
Yeah.
You know, like there's ways, man. You need to figure them out. That's just it. I think we just get so caught up, and even I'm like that. I used to struggle with money before, and my mind would just like all I would focus on is being broke, right? Living check to check, not really thinking about other things like that. But it helps too, like listening to shit like this. I listen to podcasts with guys, and they talk about that. Like if you need money, there's ways. There's so many ways you can make money out there. You know,
Right now is the easiest time
yeah.
to make money.
Yeah.
You know, I get things are more expensive, but how easy it is to make money today. We're connected to everybody in the world.
100%.
I could sell something to somebody in China,
Yeah.
in India, in
Go buy-
Australia.
You know, like if you have $200-300, go buy something, have a raffle.
Right.
People will support you.
Yeah.
People are helpful like that, you know, like it's easy to do raffles. $200-300, sell them for $1,000.
I think it's like the mental side is the part. The thing I noticed about people that like employees, it's like it is hard to switch to like a business mindset. You know, like doing things after work.
Yeah.
You know, like you gotta do stuff on your own time.
Yeah.
And it might be time that you don't get paid for, and you got like you might put 10 hours in and make freaking $30.
I haven't paid myself anything out of this business yet.
Yeah, and that's the
I've
hard
been
thing.
putting money into it every month too.
Yeah,
just to try and build up inventory and stuff like that, right? So, and we've been running 3.5 years now. I haven't taken maybe $200 or $300 out of it since then, but everything I've made has gone back into the business. But that's one of the great things about having a full-time job too.
right.
And I love what I do for a living too. So it's benefit. It works out both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
I love traveling to work. I love being underground.
You love being underground.
Oh, yeah.
For why?
I don't know. It's awesome under there. Like I would rather be underground than working in the heat. Or I mean, it's hot down there, but you know, I don't have to deal with bugs. I don't have to deal with rain, snow, the cold. It's just like it's nice down there.
Interesting.
Yeah, I love it. It's wicked. I've always loved it.
Have you ever done anything like that?
No, always just like trade stuff. I've done like drywall, steel stud framing, stuff like that.
Drywall sucks.
I'd rather do drywall than roofing.
Yeah, I did one roof in my life, and I drywalled for 3 days.
I like the trades though, man. I like working with my hands.
Yeah,
like I don't know. I guess you get that satisfaction of completing something, and you know, just getting it done. Yeah. Whereas, like, I don't know, I could never do an office job, man. Just sit there on a computer, stuff like that. I like to move. I like to be active. And yeah, construction is good. I like it. It's obviously not for everybody, just like any other job. But yeah, I enjoy it.
office. Yeah, I don't know how people can do that. To be honest, just sit
Yeah,
there.
I couldn't do it. Man, I drive probably like I spend like underground. I spend more time driving than I do fixing stuff because the mine's so big. It takes me, depending on where I am. So sometimes I'll have a job at the bottom of the mine, and then it's 20 minutes up to the top to go to another job, right? So just depending on how things work out. Sometimes I'll stay at the bottom of the mine for the whole day. It's just like, but
What do you drive?
a Toyota. We have these little Toyota Undergrounds, yeah. Little standards, yeah.
Cool.
Those things are bulletproof, man. They're if I ever came across one, I'd buy one, but they don't make them for surface. They're just underground Toyota trucks. I'm sure you can buy one at an auction or something, but they get beat up, man, in there. They hold pretty good. They'd be a wicked bush truck. But we got these Toyotas with these big, like the flat deck on them, and they have big toolboxes on them. Yeah, they're like little quarter-ton trucks.
Oh,
Yeah. 99 horsepower diesel. I think actually they build them here at Toyota. Well, some of them they do. Toyota builds some, and then the Miller, there's a Miller brand, and then there's another brand. So there's 3 people that build them, but some of them come from here in Saskatoon. So yeah, it's pretty cool to work, and especially like traveling all over Canada, right? Meeting all that's how I'm networking through with my business too.
mhm.
Yeah. It's good.
Is I've been to like 15 or 16 mines in the last 16 years.
It's meeting people.
Yeah, but it's great. Travel around Canada for free, and where a lot of these mines are is some of the most beautiful country too. Like some of it's not that great, but
Yeah.
but like Kamloops was a nice job. You know, there was a job in Camano that was beautiful, power station there. That was one of the nicest places I've been to. Yeah, it's just great meeting people. I like,
Mhm.
you know, it's nice having like a little fat work family, eh?
Some of your ambassadors are from
Yeah.
the mines too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Josh is one of them.
We're over an hour, you guys.
Well,
Oh,
I said, oh no.
Oh no. Yeah. But this is good, you guys. This is good.
Yeah,
This is like you're a lot more chill this time, man.
Yeah, I feel a lot more chill,
Yeah. It's
a
good.
lot more comfortable. Yeah. I also I forgot to give a shout out to my wife too on the last podcast, so I just want to give a shout out to her. She definitely holds it down while I'm at work and keeps me accountable and is always rooting for me, you know, for my ambassadorships or my posts or just wellness and taking care of myself. So I owe a lot to her for my own journey. Yeah, I wouldn't be here without her. So I want to give a shout out to her, man.
It's good.
Miguan. And yeah, the companies too that I an ambassador for. You know, I just want to say I'm grateful for them. If it were up to me, man, I'd be an ambassador for every Indigenous company. You know, I love my people. I'm proud of my people and the work that they're doing. I feel like it's becoming a lot more common. You know, that our people are starting businesses, and you know, I'm just proud to be a part of the community, and I hope that one day, you know, when I start my own business, people are as supportive as I am. And yeah, I just want to say thanks, man.
When I make a podcast banner, you'll be on it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I should send a shout out to Rochelle too, because she does a lot, and I don't shout her out enough, like even on the page and stuff. So like, she does a lot of work. She does a lot of work for the business. She does like, you know, she's got like, she works her full-time job, and when she's working, she does lashes, and she fills orders while I'm at work. So she works really hard, and you know, I should I tell her in person, but like I should, you know, make it known for people to show her appreciation, how hard she works on the business, especially while I'm gone, especially because, you know, it's my vision, not hers, and she still works really hard at it. And to have that support from her too. She's been the biggest supporter. She's the one who pushed me into doing this. She's the one who bought all the equipment, right? So I need to send her some love more often in social media and stuff, and let everybody know her role and stuff. But I get so focused on like trying to make posts so people can connect with, right? I get like, even then, and then I like, instead of focusing on stuff with her, I'll focus on other things with other people too, right? So I can be frustrating probably. I mean, but yeah, she's an amazing person. She's amazing support. Even with my jobs, when I don't like it somewhere, she's just like, quit, go somewhere else. You know, it's good to have somebody like that, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't like, whenever I'm sickest working somewhere, I'll just quit and go. Like, it's easy to find a job in my trade underground. So, and she's just like, yeah, if you don't like it, find something else. So it's pretty crazy to, have somebody support you that way. And like anything I want to do, she's there supporting me. So it's amazing. I love that woman. I love you.
Okay, well, let's wrap it up. I just want to ask you guys one question. Matt, you can go first.
Okay.
Just how do you measure success?
How do you measure success? Is by like how you feel internally. Like whatever you're doing, you can be successful in depending on your passion for it and how it makes you feel and the outcome it gives you. I feel like that is my definition of success because it's not necessarily just money or the satisfaction of it being you being in a higher position, but it's like how you feel about it. Because success is, it's, I don't know, it's really hard to measure because it's like, when are you successful? It's like, to me, it's like how happy something makes you feel. And you can be successful in many different things like parenthood or your job or, your business or whatever. But to me, that's what I guess success would be. Because I don't have my own business, but I feel like I'm doing all right for myself and I feel happy about it. And where I'm at right now, I'm okay with it. So, that could be success to somebody else. It could, but it's success to me personally. So yeah, that's success to me.
It's a good answer.
My turn.
How do you measure success? Jogs?
Well, I was sitting there just thinking when he was talking, and I think success for me is beating my addictions and making sure, take care of my family, having a good home. But mostly for me is just to keep focusing on trying to better myself every day for people around me and my family. That's for me, that's successful because, my whole family struggles with the same things that I struggled with. And now that I'm out of it, a lot of them are trying to break these curses too, right? These generational traumas. Because, I was talking to my auntie the other day. I'm doing my family tree on ancestry.com. So I was asking her questions and stuff. And we started talking about the abuse, right? Because it came from all angles. Our aunties used to beat us too, and stuff like that. And she said, this is, my grandma was in residential school, and she was really mean to my aunties and my mom. So, it just gets passed down, right? And that's one of the things for me is trying to be, even though like I struggled as a parent, I wasn't like that with my daughter. I won that way. That was a success for me. Like, I couldn't be there for her fully because I was so depressed and struggling with stuff, but I didn't beat the shit out of her, right? I yelled at her a few times here and there, but like that's life, that's parenting, right? But I didn't do the things to her that were done to me. That's for me is being successful for myself and for my family. And that's like just breaking that addiction for myself. Watching people strive to, trying to share this, be open with people so people can connect and try to learn something from it, maybe find their success story too, right? That's the way I thought about it just now while he was talking.
That's awesome.
But it's just, yeah, I don't know. I like that, this, all this fancy shit is just, it doesn't mean anything, right? It's nice. Yeah, it's nice to have a nice house, nice car. Like we talked about this last time, but could you live without it? 100% I could. I would struggle, but, at first, because it would suck not having it. But we've all been there before. We've all started over once in our life. Me many times. But it is, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks
Thanks.
for coming back.
I like this. I think we should do this more often because I
Yes.
think it would be you know, we hit a lot of things.
Yeah.
A lot of angles, eh?
Yeah, it's good.
I think if we just keep doing this.
I'm down.
Yeah. Every
Yeah.
time, like on the weekend when we go train, go for food, and
Come chat.
yeah. Maybe it'll help bring up some happy memories for me.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. That was fun. Another good one.
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah, Demi loved your Pokemon card.
Awesome, man. Japanese, man. Yeah, Japanese Pokemon.
You gave her one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, cool too. Yeah.
Her favorite one.
Yeah. Glad. Yeah, Demi's awesome.
Okay. See you later.